And welcome to the Progressive Soapbox. So I'm going to start the show off with good news today. President Obama commutes the bulk of Chelsea Manning's sentence. So essentially, he took him from 35 years, and Manning will get out in May. So President Obama largely commuted a 35-year prison sentence of Chelsea Manning, an Army private convicted of 2013 of leaking secret diplomatic and military documents and disclosing them to WikiLeaks. Now, this wasn't his only clemency for the day. He also granted a complete pardon to retired Marine General James E. Cartwright, in addition to another 200 low-level drug offenders. So the Chelsea Manning one was a big deal. Chelsea Manning released information on, essentially it was secret information. Some of the information included Apache helicopter gunning down a Reuters reporter. He made the case in his trial that oftentimes he didn't believe that the military was taking into account the complex dynamics that were on the ground that they were interacting in. So you kill someone, you murder someone. How do the population that you're in responds to that situation? Personally, I've always considered him and Snowden heroes. Because, there are going to be some people who are heavy into this idea of government secrecy. But how do you know what your government is doing? And can you assume that your government is doing the right thing when you have no idea what your government is doing? I agree that there are probably going to be some things that need to be state secrets. But when state secrets are essentially waste, fraud, and abuse that the government rather you not find out about, then no. Those people are whistleblowers. And they're not traitors. So Obama has used the Espionage Act 10 times. I'm sorry. It's only been used 10 times within the course of the country's history. Obama has used it 7. For the most part, he has been more aggressive in his civil liberties policies than George Bush ever could dream of. Passing the NDAA, allowing essentially indefinite detention of American citizens, allowing the military to function on U.S. soil. They took Obama to court over the indefinite detention of American citizens. And Obama lost that case. And in losing that case, they petitioned immediately to give them a pass up until the appeal. Because for the most part, they were probably already using that law to indefinitely detain American citizens. I know a lot of people are crying their eyes out about seeing him go because of what's coming next. I agree with you about the what's coming next, but don't joke yourself about what's leaving. All right. So the next story I find absolutely fascinating. Now I'm going to jump across the pond, and for any of the Brits that watch this, I'm going to try to get the story right. I actually follow British politics. I actually enjoy it. I love Parliament, and I love Jeremy Corbyn to death. So I'm going to try to do the story. So May, the Prime Minister, who took over for David Cameron after the Brexit vote, he staked his prime ministership on that Brexit vote. And when they rejected him, he quit. Now, so the question remained, what kind of Brexit? And what does Brexit even mean? So up to this point, they said, hey, what does Brexit mean? Brexit means Brexit. Yeah, I don't know what that means. It means Brexit. Like Brexit. What the hell does that mean? So the question to some degree has been answered. May is opting for what's been called a quote-unquote hard Brexit. There were thoughts that she may try to stay affiliated with the union, trying to stay with the single market. But any of those optimistic ideas kind of completely miss the fact that if you're going to be a part of the single market, you still have to follow the rules of that market. Like, there was no situation where you were going to be able to interact with the EU from a market standpoint, but not have to deal with immigration issues. You can't have it both ways. It's a package deal. So Theresa May warned. All right, so this is from The Guardian. Theresa May warned European leaders that the UK is prepared to cash out of the EU if she cannot negotiate a reasonable exit deal, in a speech where her tough-talking rhetoric prompted key figures in Brussels to say that the country was on track for a hard Brexit. The Prime Minister told EU counterparts that any attempt to inflict a punitive outcome on the UK will be an act of calamitous self-harm, because they would then slash taxes to attract companies from across the world, in a one-hour address intended to spell out the country's negotiating strategy. Wow. All right. She told them, "We can be your best friend." She says, "And while I'm confident that this scenario may need never arise, while I am sure a positive agreement can be reached, I am equally clear that no deal for Britain is better than a bad deal for Britain." That is ballsy. I love that. I love that. Yeah, I love that. That's pretty ballsy. Oh man, she's gonna turn Britain into a tax haven of sorts. She's essentially saying, I'm gonna slash corporate taxes if you guys don't give us a good deal. Okay. But look, to be fair, and Jeremy Corbyn hit her on that too. When I first read that, I was like, oh God, that sounds gross. But look, she's kind of in a tough spot. Cameron essentially dropped this off in her lap. And to her credit, she took it on. And she's taken on something that is not going to be easy. It's not going to be fun. I think somebody described this is the start of a miserable process. Something to that effect. That guy is going to be absolutely right. She doesn't have, at least I don't think they have much in the way of a bargaining chip. I mean, in this case, she's working with the hand that she has. And look, everybody else can criticize her, including Jeremy Corbyn, but I gotta be honest, I don't know what different they would be doing. The country voted to leave, she's trying to take them out. That's all you can ask for. There is one funny part. She says, the Prime Minister was calling for unity, saying, because this is not a game or time for opposition's sake, or oppositions for opposition's sake. It's a crucial and sensitive negotiation that will find the interest in the success of our country for many years to come. And it is vital that we maintain our discipline. Essentially, don't attack me for the missteps that I may make on this. We don't need to be partisan here. This is about a united Britain. Look, I don't blame her for saying it, but good luck with that one. Corbyn has been asking her, or essentially even the Scottish minister, what does Brexit mean? What does Brexit mean? So yeah, she's going to get dinged on it. This happened under Cameron's watch. Here's what it is. And look, this is going to sound bad, but I like Jeremy Corbyn. And I would love for Jeremy Corbyn to be the Prime Minister. And I know somebody probably is telling me to go fuck myself right now because I don't live there. But I don't care. I like Corbyn. So going to the next story. Jordan Sheridan is back from vacation from the Young Turks. And he did a video today where he was essentially making the case that Bernie is on the right message, but he's essentially doing the wrong thing. He disagrees with the strategy that Bernie is using. So let's hear him talk about it.
Bernie Sanders, if you weren't paying attention, on Sunday held a rally in Warren, Michigan. 8,000 people came out on an off-election year, on a bitterly cold day in Michigan, and they weren't coming to see Chuck Schumer speak. Bernie was on the same stage as Chuck Schumer. 8,000 people came out. So when people say, oh, Bernie would have lost to Trump, he got 8,000 people out on a random Sunday. There's no election going on.
It's Bernie.
This is Bernie Sanders in Michigan, where Hillary Clinton lost. So he would have beat Trump. But anyway, so where I think Bernie has the right message, clearly he has the right message. He's been fighting for 40 years. He's that same broken record, but he's the right record, and he makes sweet music. He fights against income inequality, fights for social justice, environmental justice, to stop the money funneling to these oligarchs at the top. But the bottom line is, how are you going to stop the money funneling to the top if you're sharing the same stage with people that are helping to funnel that money to the top? This isn't something where I personally am against Chuck Schumer, or personally
I don't
am
know,
against
man.
Hillary
We gotta
Clinton.
start
Paper.
I don't
knowing
know
him.
Chuck Schumer
Shit.
from a hole.
Yeah, this paper.
Okay? I don't